welcome to my live. I'm excited that you're here. I'm just bringing this one up because it's got stuff going on. Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome. I am just getting ready to try to, yeah, make this do what it's supposed to do today. Ooh. Okay, there it is. I want to make sure there's no echo or anything over here. So I know sometimes it'll pick up my noise. So I want to make sure that that is not doing that. All right. So what I want to do today is I just want to have a really simple conversation just to help you step through your business. If you are a new author or a author with intention of writing a book, I was going to turn my light on, but it actually looks fine. So I wanted to come today because there are a couple of things that I want to share. As a business owner of KLE Services Inc., we help writers to tell their stories, share their stories. And if you are a person that wants to share your story, you are in the right line. Okay. So I also want to encourage you that if you are looking to launch your business, you're in the right line. Two of the things that I focus on with a ton of my time is helping people to get organized, whether they're getting organized to tell their story, write and publish a book, or whether they're getting organized in order for them to launch their business right. So during this live, I'm going to talk a lot about that. But another thing I'm going to talk about as well is for those of you who say, I know I'm supposed to be doing something, I just don't know what to do. Or honestly, you may not have the confidence or the conviction to plow forward in it, or you're in it and you're being overwhelmed. Okay. And if you have said that I'm going to do it, I'm ready to do it, but then you kind of faltered back, you procrastinate, I want to talk about how it could honestly be your unbelief. Okay. So I'm going to start with the first point, which is if you are at a point where you are unsure of what you want to do, if you are in this live and you are unsure of what you want to do or how you're going to get there, I want to welcome you to the Embrace Your Crown series. Okay, so that's what you see pinned on the screen right now. This is the Embrace Your Crown series. I created this series because when I first started this company, like any other company, I felt everything you feel and more. I felt nervous. I felt like, am I enough? I questioned if my idea was solid, if I had what customers needed, if it's worth the price that I'm charging. How do I know how much to charge, right? How do I know when I'm in the right room and I'm talking to the right people? And when should I honestly reformat what I'm doing? Okay. Sometimes it's not that what you have is not valuable. It could be your audience. It could be you. It could be management. It could be unbelief. It could be that you're not focused. It could honestly be you were heartbroken when you tried it before. So now you just don't want nothing to do with it. And you just say that didn't work, because it's easier to say it didn't work than to say, what do I need to change? And then look for what to change, especially if you don't honestly know what you need to change. So I want to deal with these concepts first, and I want to deal with them very intentionally. Okay. So if you are intentional and you know that, hey, look, you are speaking to me, I'm telling you, this is the product that is going to help you. And it is the Embrace Your Crown series. I'm going to go through all three of the books that come in this series. I'm going to show you what's also included, because it's not just the books, because it's more than that. Okay. My goal is to be able to coach you as a consultant, as a business coach, which is part of our services. Before we can help you write and publish your book, before we can help you launch your business, we need to know who you are. Okay. And if you honestly don't know who you are or where you're going or what your plan is, then we start there. Okay. Now, it's important to do this work, because if we don't do this work first, we're going to build a book nobody buys. We're going to build a book you don't want to sell because you're not confident in it, because it's not something you really wanted to write. It was just something you wrote in the moment. Okay. Because you didn't realize you wanted to be a public speaker to go and talk to this group. You thought you wanted to go be a speaker and talk about that. And now we have a book that's on that, but you're doing this. Okay. So now you have a product that doesn't match your business model. Okay. So I deal with this all the time. A lot of authors come to me to republish their books. Why? Because they initially wrote a story that was just getting it off their chest. There's nothing wrong with writing for therapy. I believe in writing for therapy. I believe in writing to get stuff off your heart. But I also believe if you want to start a business, you have to have a clear plan of execution so your customers know what you're about, so your the people that might be your vendors know how to help you. It's hard to hire a social media person and they don't know what to market for you. They don't know what kind of post to create. So they just create something because that's what you pay them to do, but you're realizing your marketing isn't really effective. You're realizing you're going to events, but these are not the ideal events. In fact, you go there and make no money because maybe you don't have the confidence to talk to people. So people are just walking by you and you're just standing there saying, Lord, nobody wants me. Lord, this isn't working. You told me to do this, and now I'm here and nothing's happening. Okay. If that's been happening, I want to let you know this. I'm telling you, start here because there is something that could be wrong with the foundation. And if we fix the foundation, everything you build after this, you're going to see the difference. You're going to be the difference. Okay. Sometimes it's not about everything outside of you, it's what's in you that's blocking you the most. Okay. Would you agree? I do. There were times in my life when I started my company and I was making under 20,000 and people thought I was crazy to keep up with the company. I remember my sister at the time wasn't a store manager. She wasn't making six figures yet. And she said, Krystal, you have the most degrees. Okay. Let me tell you, when you are building something that will be yours, it will cost you something. Okay. It will cost your time. It will cost your money. It will cost your energy. It will sometimes push you to be frustrated, to feel overwhelmed, to feel like you can't do it, to wake up some days and say you're not going to or don't want to. But even when you feel these emotions, you have to have something that is bigger, that is stronger, that will pull you out of the bed, that will pull you out of the sunken space because it's coming. It's coming. I'm going to let you know in advance. It's coming. Even though I am now grossing over six figures every year, I still feel that way. So I know what you're going through as a small business owner. I know what you're going to be going through as a author. I've published over 62 titles for myself, not including ghostwriting that I do for my clients, not including editing that I do for my clients, not including formatting and publishing that I do for my clients. So while I'm working on my clients, I'm still working on me. That's what I want to show you. When you're writing your books, you might think, I got to tell the whole story. I got to put it all out there. I want to let you know, even if you tell a part of the story, you need to be very clear on what that part is supposed to do. The reason why some of us are frustrated is because we're sitting at a computer trying to tell it all, but it all don't match what the meaning or the purpose is for that book. Okay. I realized when I wrote my first book, this ain't my whole life. In fact, I left out a lot of my life because that book wasn't about all of that. It was about something very specific. And in your business, you have to know what are you going to do specifically because this is going to make or break your whole foundation. Okay. When I realized when I started my first book, I realized, okay, Krystal, you have a heart and compassion to help people. Wonderful. And then I backed that up by getting certified as a transformational coach because I realized it wasn't enough to put out these kinds of books I wanted to do and have no credibility. Okay. So, yes, some of you are going to need a certification to write what you want to write if you want to embody all that it offers. Mhm. Okay. I do have my doctorate. All right. So I am technically Dr. Krystal Lee. I am an ordained chaplain. I am an ordained minister. Okay. So I do all of these extra things to bring gravity and authority to my books and my voice. So when you hear me today, I know I sound different than a lot of the people you probably meet. And that's meaning in this space, because a lot of people are sharing stories, but they may need to source some of their stuff. They may need to give credibility and leverage. I use the Bible as a constant quote because I know it works. Okay. So I want to encourage you, if you are in this space where you're trying to figure out what do I do? How do I get from where I am to where I need to be? I want to show you how I did it. Okay. Now, in this particular series, there are three books in this series that I want to specifically talk about. Okay. It's called Embrace Your Crown because I know for a lot of us, we are going to have to undo a lot of the stuff that was done to us, a lot of the stuff that we feel, a lot of the stuff we remember. Okay. Because these are the things that will block your business. Okay. You might say, well, my personal life ain't got nothing to do with my company. Wrong. It has everything to do with your company. If you are not mentally sound, then you're going to make unrash in irrational decisions. Okay. And these decisions are going to be ones you regret. And if you find yourself going back, I'm going back. My business starts and then I go back. My business is created in my head, but I don't write it down. Why? Because there was something that you're going to have to adjust. It could be your timing. Okay. So I want to jump into the first book because I think that is what has to happen in order for us to understand how this works. Okay. So the first thing I want us to tackle is there are 7 gates that I want you to look at in your life. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you how all of this works because that's why you want to get the bundle. Okay. These 3 books that go together, they go together on purpose. Okay. And cluster them very effectively. This is done on purpose. Okay. So let me tell you the 7 gates so you understand what I'm going to show you how to do before, and if you've already started your company, it's not too late to shore up your foundation. Okay. If you're realizing you're stuck and your company isn't growing anymore, I want you to see where the stagnation stems from so you can see what you need to go troubleshoot. What's wrong is a lot of us see our problems, but we don't know how to solve them. So we just assume that they're unsolvable. It's just supposed to be this way. These are the things we say to what justify where we're at and to feel better about our conditions. But I want to let you know there is more. Okay. You can grow your company more. You can do more, but guess what? There's only so much time in a day. And when you say that, you're 1,000% right. So the question is, how can I better leverage my time so it does more for me than it was doing for me yesterday? Okay. And I dare tell you, y'all remember this old saying? The best way to cut down a tree is to sharpen your axe. The more sharpen your axe is, the more effective every swing you make becomes. I've seen lumberjacks. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these competitions, but they literally, some of them are taking 3 whacks at a tree and it's coming down. How many of us, it would take us all day with a chainsaw to get this same tree down if we can even get it down? If we don't tear up our house in the process, because it's probably going to fall in a direction we wasn't anticipating. So now we're dealing with what? More damage. Okay. When you don't know what you don't know, you can create more damage in trying to be effective, resourceful, or, you know what I'm saying? We're like, oh, I don't want to spend no money there. But when you don't spend the money, you got to be committed to the learning process. Okay. So this right here is to show you what you're committed to learn to do. Okay. Anything you want, if you want a degree, you're going to have to invest in it. Okay. If you want to level up in a company, you're going to have to get what? More knowledge, because more knowledge is more power. It makes you more valuable. So what you don't know will what hurt you sometimes, right? People perish for a lack of knowledge and wisdom. Okay. So if you're missing things, it will block or hinder or put a cap on what all you can achieve. Everybody with me? Okay. So if everybody's with me, I want y'all to throw up the hearts. I want y'all to put in the likes. I want to make me a little bit brighter in case it's hard. I know the sun is shifting. So as the sun shifts, it can make me kind of blend in with the background. So, okay, y'all. So here we go. We're in this room. We're in this space. I want to just congratulate all of y'all already. We're at 2,700 hearts. So thank y'all for tapping in. I've seen many of you using the pins to access the books. Thank you so much. When you order these books, they are coming signed by the author. Okay. And I'm going to talk to you more about the author at the end. Okay. What I want to focus on right now is you. All right. So this is all about you. Here are the 7 gates. These are the 7 things I want you to look at today. All right. And if you know in these 7 areas you are having some issues, or you don't know that there's an issue, but it could be, I want you to indulge this book. Okay. I want you to indulge this conversation. The first thing is your time. Okay. One of the things that is not a renewable resource is time. Okay. So the way you spend your time, invest your time, or waste your time is all up to you. But what we cannot do, no matter how much we do, is create time. We can't go backwards. We only can go forward. Time is a running line. Okay. So if right now you are running a line that is not fruitful, that is not helpful, that is not doing what you need or wanted to do, I want to encourage you, look at how you are spending, investing, or wasting your time. Okay. Some people, no disrespect, they're your waste of your time because they're not listening to you. They're not taking it to heart. It's frustrating you. It's disrupting your spirit. And as you are being taken off, distracted, and all that, it's impacting how you can be productive in other areas. So you need to find ways to be more productive with your time. Okay. Next thing I want you to look at is purpose. Okay. I want to let you know your purpose is not floating outside of you. Your purpose was born in you, with you, for you. You were born on purpose. You're brought here on purpose. I know for some of us, we have really sketchy stories on how we got to earth, but I want to let you know that doesn't matter. You might say, well, Krystal, my family has told me this has happened. I understand. A lot of us have heard you ain't never gonna be nothing. You only gonna be like your mama or like your daddy. You were born here. You're gonna stay here. You're gonna think like here. You're gonna always. We get it. But I want to let you know there was one that's greater that made an assignment for you. That's the one that brought you here. There are many of people on earth that come through this world every day. You were born on purpose because there were billions of cells that could have been produced, but it was yours that made it here. So by that sheer fact, you are on time. Okay, you were born for a time such as this. I know some people will say, oh, nobody needs what you got, your little business, your little ideas, nobody want this. Don't listen to those people right now because those people are distractions. I'm going to talk to you more about that with book 3. Okay, because we're going to deal with the distractions. But before we can deal with what other people are saying to you about you, I got to deal with what you say to yourself. Okay. You need to know I got a purpose. I'm not an accident. I know you probably don't know my purpose, which is why you call me an accident. But if you only knew or watch me, and guess what? You'll see that I'm not an accident. I'm writing a book right now called Abort Me Not. And I want to let you know when my mom got pregnant with me, like some of you people told her, oh, you're not going to be nothing. She's not going to do nothing. You're just wasting your time trying to raise a child that you can't afford. You know, people put all of these limitations on the stuff you have to do, or they try to devalue what you're doing, which makes us sometimes second guess our own value. But let me tell you, the reason that she ended up keeping me was because someone else told her something she needed to hear, which is there is going to come a better day. There is going to come a time where all of the links will click. I'm the child that shouldn't have been here. Okay. But I'm the one that's Dr. Krystal Lee. I'm the one that started businesses. I'm the one that ministers. I'm the one that teaches. I'm the one that put out 62 titles. I'm the one that's doing movies. But if I would have been aborted, I wouldn't be here. And for some of you, it's not aborting people, it's aborting your purpose, it's aborting your dreams, it's aborting your vision, it's shutting things down because somebody told you it had no value. Okay, this is the reason why people give up little babies. Your business is a little baby in the beginning, your book is a little baby. And yes, it's not going to be able to feed itself, it's not going to be able to fund itself, it's not going to be able to do these things. It's going to need you. Okay. And I needed my mom then. And guess what? Now my mom needs me. Okay. So if you do this right, okay, if you realize your purpose is yours and you embrace your crown and you step in your purpose, what talked about you may actually end up needing you. Okay. Like Joseph was talked about by his brothers. Surely you don't think we're going to need you, Joseph. You're younger than us. In fact, you're the second from the bottom. We're not going to need you. We're all older. We're all stronger. We're all more knowledgeable. They had so many excuses on why Joseph was unnecessary and he shouldn't have been the favorite. But guess what the father did? He showed favor to Joseph like he can show favor to you. And he can make you greater than those that are older, those that are smarter, those that look stronger than you. Okay. So it's not about comparing yourself. It's about knowing what your purpose is because nobody shared the seat of second in command over Egypt but Joseph. His brothers benefited, Okay. His mom, dad, cousins, all of his family benefited. And there are going to be people that are going to benefit from your blessings, from your purpose, from your gifts, people you don't even know, because all of Egypt was spared because of Joseph's wisdom. Okay. So I want to let you know, if you have a story to tell, it goes beyond you. And when you realize that, it makes you have conviction to know it has to be done because it's your purpose. Okay. All right. So let me keep going. All this stuff is in the book. This is why I want you to get it, because if this is not already in you, then it needs to get there, because what's coming for you, you better pray you have a solid foundation where you can encourage yourself even when things all around you may be coming against you. Okay. So if you agree with what I've been saying, definitely do a comment for me. Let me know. Put up hearts. Let me know. We are at 2,800 hearts. Our goal is 5,000 in the live. So we are 1,200 away from the goal. So if y'all can continue to light up the screen, thank y'all so very much. Also, I want you to grab these books. Okay. They're in a bundle on purpose because I know you're going to want and need all three. Okay. So if you're like, why does it cost so much? That doesn't make any sense. Trust me, it will. It does. Okay. If you are not willing to see the value in what you're doing now, how are you going to have the confidence to throw $300 to the Secretary of State to incorporate your business? You're going to say, oh, no, that's too much money. I don't want to spend $300 on that. Well, then you're not legal. Okay. And if you're not legal, then there are other things you won't be able to access because you're not willing to invest. Okay. People who are making money are investors. They are people that invest their time when they don't have a paycheck coming to them for what they're investing, which is why it's an investment. But you got to what? Make solid investments, quality investments, which is why you work on your product yourself, your vision, your service before you start throwing heavy money at things. This is why I tell you start here. Some of you are wanting to jump straight into business, but guess what? You're going to crumble. You're going to fold. You're going to regress. You're going to, honest, some of you are going to go through depressions because you did not do this part first. This is why even people in business, I'm like, hey, you need to get this because this is going to help you get solid again. Okay. And I'm going to show you how the other three books will reinforce some of you who are already in business, already writing, already frustrated, already somewhere. All right. And for some of you, you're brokenhearted, which is why this one deals with broken hearts. This isn't just about love stories going wrong. In fact, as you can see, it goes way beyond love stories. This is about when we try something and it breaks our heart. This is about when our people tell us they're going to do something and they don't. When our moms and dads, when we were children, said they would, and we sat on the steps and nobody came. Okay. This builds a lack of confidence, value, and things we don't even know to attribute value to because we never learned it. It's hard to understand love when you don't have good examples. So I want to go back to what is at the foundation, the core of you, because this will deal with any of the restrictions you may experience that are unfair to you. Okay. You might say it was unfair how they did this, unfair how they did that. I understand. But the only way to right or wrong back there is to get it right today and move forward because we can't fix back there. Okay. And so I want to make sure we understand that. So as we build your business, we're going to build you as we build your business because building you is the business. Okay. If you don't show up because you're drawing curtains, because you need a moment, the business is shut down if it's only you. Okay. And if it's only you, you have no team. And if you have a team, they need a leader. Okay. So if you got to lead people to know how to serve you, you got to have a vision, which means you have to be clear enough, concise enough, specific enough to lead them, even if you're not there. And for some of us, we're still figuring it out ourselves. So we can't tell somebody what we need because we don't know what that is. So let me help you. This is groundwork. Okay. Do y'all agree groundwork is necessary? Do you agree your foundation is the start of it all? Okay. And if you do agree, I'm telling you, start with this. Okay. I'm going to give you everything else, but I want you to get this. Okay. Get this. Okay. That was only two gates, y'all. So if y'all are like, man, I feel full of what you already said, trust me, buy the bundle. Okay, add it to your cart. I only have 5 of these. Okay, only have 5. And I've seen several people already looking at the bundles. So if you know you need this, please don't wait on adding this to your cart. Okay, and checking out, you can do it right now on the live. It won't take you off my screen. So I'm right here. I want you to do that. I'm going to get the book signed for you by the author. I'm going to talk about the author at the end. Okay, but I want you to get the meat that's in this book. This book is for men and women. This series is not a woman's thing. This is a people's thing. Okay. So if you need this, I want you to put those things aside and I want you to grab what you know you need. All right. Here we go. Patience. Okay. I want to let y'all know a real good thing on this. I know a lot of y'all say, man, I need so much more patience. Lord, help me. Jesus, help me. God, you picking up books about patience. You do. For some of you, you have too much patience. I know you might say, nobody, what? Too much. Nobody can, you can't have too much. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'm going to repeat that. Some of you have too much patience. You're so patient, nothing happens, and everybody around you knows it. So they know you will what? Wait on them. So they're not being accountable because they're saying, oh, she gonna wait. Oh, he gonna wait. He'll be there because what? You're so patient. Another way we say, oh, Lord, I am, what is it? What is it? Wait, hold on. Wait, it's the word I'm looking for. It's not honorable, but it's basically when a person will give their word and they just stand on it no matter what, even though everything around them doesn't deserve their word. But because they have such a conviction to their word, people know if they can get you to say yes, then you will go down with the ship, even if they're nowhere near it. This is dangerous, guys. Dangerous. Why? Because if you want to start a business and you're just giving your word frivolously to people who are making false, okay, or giving pie in the sky concepts, you're the one working the hardest, burning the most, and they are just reaping the benefits, which means you will go bankrupt. Okay, spiritually bankrupt, mentally bankrupt, emotionally bankrupt, financially bankrupt. Why? Because they didn't put nothing in. This is why you got to have prices to what you're doing. I get it. Let me give people samples, no problem. But don't go crazy with samples to where people no longer buy anything because your samples are going to be today. Oh, I ain't got to buy nothing from her. She going to give it to me for free. When her book comes out, all she going to do is she's just going to send it to me and then I'll have to buy it. No, make people respect your gifts. Make people respect your business. You do that by what? Not being so patient where you're like, oh, if they don't buy it by Thursday, I'm just going to go ahead and send it. No, 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 no. Some people you do need to have more patience for and let them wait it out. Let them wait it out. For some of you, you're going to have people that call you first. They ain't try to figure it out. They ain't ask nobody. They didn't call nobody. They didn't try to work it out themselves. They didn't pay their own bills. And they come to you and they say, hey, can you help me? I mean, because they're impatient. And you are what? You're long suffering over here. You're dealing with everybody else's problems, but you're not able to what? Manage your own. Okay. So you got to balance this out. And I want to show you how to balance out your patience patterns. Okay. Some of us have a pattern where when people don't know what to do, we jump in like, Superwoman or Superman, and we're going to come and save the day. The only problem is we end up broke anyway. They end up going through the pain anyway. They end up going through eviction anyway. They end up losing what you thought they should have kept that they didn't see the value in anyway. So what did you lose? You lost you. Okay. So you got to look at the patterns that you're following that's causing you to have a drought, that's causing you to stay heartbroken. Let me tell you the subtitle of this book because it's profound. Okay. If you are begging people to do something in your life, for your life, with your life, I want to let you know the subtitle of this book is Stop Begging. Okay. Stop begging to be acknowledged, to be appreciated, loved, or respected. Anybody you have to beg to do these things for you don't see the value like you do. Okay. They don't see the value that you do. And if they don't see the value, don't keep beating yourself up because they don't. Get around people that do. When the Messiah was born in the city of Bethlehem, all that good jazz, do you know the people that was the closest to him liked him the least, respected him the least? They called him Mary's kid. Oh, that's just Joseph. That's just Joseph. He's his stepdaddy. He ain't even got no real daddy. These are the things they were talking about. People are saying similar things to you. Oh, you know what? That's Evelyn's kid. She always doing something. She just started up 18 businesses. I don't know what she's doing today. What's she doing today? Well, nobody know. She flaky. I don't know. Him, he's just a dreamer. He said he was gonna do this, he was gonna do that. He ain't did none of those things. These are the things people say. When we don't consider the cost, and when we have a habitual pattern of starting and stopping, other people see it. And they judge our patterns more than we do. Some of us, we don't even know we're in a pattern because it feels so normal to us. So we call it normal, and everybody around us sees the flaw in our thoughts. Okay. But we don't see it. Okay. So I want to let you know, if you are falling in a habitual cycle, a pattern, you can break patterns. But let me tell you real quick, patterns are built by doing something consistently. I consistently run when I'm confronted. I consistently don't like to have strong conversations. So I run from them and I just say, you're right, because I don't want to argue. I don't want to defend myself. I don't want to have to go up against someone who seems to have more or is smarter or is wiser, or they're my mom or my dad. So I say nothing, right? So we resort to this. I say nothing. But guess what? Life still happens, and these are your choices too. Okay. So if you don't like the choices you're making, if you don't like the direction your life is in, embrace your crown. Know that you are enough yourself to defend yourself. You might say, well, I'm a woman, or I'm small, I'm skinny. Those things don't mean you can't defend yourself. Bruce Lee was a small man. Y'all, I don't know if y'all been seeing some of these social media memes about Bruce Lee, but the man was fierce. The man could reach through fans. I mean, just mind blowing stuff. I mean, he could obviously break wood. That's like petty for Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was doing stuff people still to this day don't do. Okay. And I want to let you know, size does not matter in everything we think it does. But what matters is, who are you? What's your lane? Some people got to know their lane. Everybody is not going to hit certain notes when they sing. That ain't your lane. And when you try to hit them, you're going to crack. You're going to sound crazy. And people are going to say, you can't sing. But for some people, they can't sing and they know it. But they know they have what? Showmanship. I know my lane is showmanship. So I'm not going to sing songs that make me sound like Adele. I'm going to stay in my lane and I'm going to sing what I can sing. And I'm going to tap dance if I got to tap dance, because that's my lane. Okay. So we get mad because people know their lanes. And we're like, it's not fair. They should have to do everything. That's your expectation of them. But the people that follow them, they love them. So you got to understand, the people that are going to love you are going to love what you bring to the table, and you don't have to be everything. When you're trying to be everything, this is how you get out of your lane and you miss the people that you were building for. Okay. This is why I tell you, do this first, because you won't care about the people that don't like you. You won't care about the people that are not going to buy your book, because there's going to be people that will. You're not going to care about the people that won't come to your business, even if they're in your family, because the Father will help you build your own lane. Okay. So if you understand this, if you agree, I'm telling you, invest in this. Okay. Invest in this. There are 5 of them. All right. So don't sleep on this. Use the pens, order the book. They come signed. They come with shipping. They'll be to you in a few days. And I show you how to use them. That's the best part. I'm gonna show you how to use them. Okay. Let me get through these notes. So I'm almost there. Wants and desires. Some of them don't match. Some of us say, I want this, I want that, I desire this. But honestly, in our hearts, when they're heartbroken, we'll say, I want a promotion, but I know I ain't gonna get it because they don't like me. These are the things we'll tell ourselves. Oh, I want to get married, but man, we don't get married no more. I'm gonna just let him, I'm gonna just let her. No, if this is something you desire, why are your actions not defending your wants and desires? Why are we acting contrary? Because our heart's broken and we're stuck in a cycle that we don't realize, and we're justifying what everybody else is doing because they're really feeding our inner thoughts. And that's why we stay. We stay on jobs we know we don't like. We stay with people who we know we ain't gonna marry. We just stay, stay, stay. I want to let you know, if you want to increase, you got to increase. You got to elevate. You got to change. You got to work on stuff. You got to be intentional. Okay. Some people say, oh, it just happened. I just ran up on this business. Yeah. Sometimes things happenstance, but then it has to have some order. You got to bring order to this, or guess what? It won't last. Many businesses start, but most of them fail in 2 to 5 years. Okay. So if you want a legacy, how many of you know your legacy is supposed to go beyond you? How is it going to go beyond you and you can't stay open past 6 months? How many of you won't even start the business because you honestly don't know how? Okay. So first thing we want to do is make sure you're good, because when you're good, the company's good, because you are the business in the beginning. You are the visionary. You are the one that's going to push. You are the one that's going to sell. You are the one that's got to do what you got to do to get to, all right, to get to your version of success. All right. Another thing I want you to check is your atmosphere. Okay. Some of us are in toxic atmospheres. We know the word, but do we understand it? All right. We say toxic, toxic. And some things, honestly, is learning, education. It's not toxic, it's growth. And growth does feel like pain in the beginning because it's not what we're used to. Okay. So when you start making changes, some people are going to leave. Some things are going to stop. Some people are going to cancel you. You won't have to cancel them. They'll cancel you. And when they cancel you, man, it hurts. You're like, wait a minute, I'm the canceler. Not today. They canceled me. So sometimes these things happen. Even as a business owner, it happens. I get weird messages sometimes, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know what you got going on in your life, but go and be good. Okay. And so you got to be willing to tell people things like that and not cuss them out when they try to cuss you out. You got to know how to shut down conversations because that's not your what atmosphere. I don't deal with people yelling at me, talking crazy. I'm not your B word. No, ma'am. I'm Dr. Krystal Lee. I'm Kate Lee. You can call me a lot of things, but that ain't gonna be the one. Okay. So you got to establish your boundaries on how you want people to address you because they will go as far as you allow. And if they won't respect you, you got to disconnect because they are gonna what? Pollute your atmosphere. Okay. Another thing, lifestyle. Look at how you live. I want to let y'all know lifestyles are choices. I'm gonna say it again. Lifestyles are choices. Okay. So if you don't like your lifestyle, change your choices. Okay. And your choices will build your lifestyle. If you have a lifestyle of poverty, there are choices you're making to create it. If you live a lifestyle of abundance, there are things you're doing to live in the abundant life and maintain it. A lot of people can get rich, but a lot of people go broke. Y'all know most people that win the lottery are broke in 5 years. Why? They didn't have an abundance lifestyle. They had a, you know what I'm saying? An impoverished lifestyle. And when you have an impoverished lifestyle, no matter how much you make, you'll be broke. You'll be a doctor and still broke. A lawyer, still broke. You make a lot of money, still gone. You ain't got no savings. You ain't got, you see what I'm saying? You don't have no investments because you didn't what think abundance. You thought, I got 5,000. I'm gonna go buy me a purse for 3,000. I save two. No, you see what I'm saying? So you got to look at the percentages. There are percentages to what you should spend, recommended. Why is it recommended? Because everybody ain't going to do it. This is why the Bible says the poor will be with us always, because there are always going to be people that are going to do what they want to do, and what they want to do ain't even in their best interest. Okay. And if that's been you, I'm telling you, I want you to transform and go beyond change. That's the final chapter in this book. And this chapter is in every book because I want to show you how to bring it all together so you can transform and not just read the book, hear it, and it goes out of the window. Okay. I want you to engage with this series, which is why I'm talking about it first, because it is the foundation to what I'm going to talk about next. All right. So that's the first book in the series. This is the second one. Okay. I know some of you are saying, okay, Krystal, I know I can do this. I'm already on the road. I started. What do I need to do next? What if my heart isn't broken? What if I've already got mended? Great. Let me bring you the book too. Okay. And I want you to give away the books you don't need because somebody needs them around you. Okay. But make sure you get your book back. Because if you need it for yourself, you don't want it not to be there. I know for some of my family, they're like, Krystal, can you loan me a book? No, buy it. Why? Because it shows that they're serious. Some people will borrow a book and won't even read it. They'll look at it and say, I need to read that book. 6 months go by, they ain't read nothing. Why? It costs them nothing. Make them buy it from you. Okay. Take that money that it costs, divide it by 3, and charge them that. Say, oh, yeah, I'm going to give you the book, but cash at me or whatever you got to do. Tell them to make sure they pay you, because when people don't pay you, they don't always value what you're giving. And this is why people say, well, rich people don't give enough. Rich people, this is why some people won't give to certain people, because they are looking at the mentality of the people they're giving to, and they say, what are they going to do with it? And in their heads, they're looking at your investment and saying, if that's valuable. Okay. They're not always saying that people are not valuable. They're looking at what people are going to do, typically that are asking something of them. So when somebody asks you for $50, you know they ain't got no job. You know they don't like working. You know they're in between things. You know they got habits. So you already know where your $50 is going. So what are you going to do as a responsible, accountable person for your money, being a good steward? You're going to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't loan you $50. Oh, wow. You got the money. I know you got it. Why are you telling me no? You so bougie. You just think you all of that because you making it. First of all, I got here because I make good decisions. Okay. And these good decisions means I'm not going to give you $50 because I know where the $50 is going to go. Okay. And I don't want to invest in that. Okay. It's nothing wrong with you telling people no. And if you feel like explaining it, you can do it so nicely. But if you don't want to explain it, you don't have to. This is one of the great things about being an adult. I love adulting. I know we don't like all the things that come with adulting, but let me tell you one thing that does. You can say no, stand on it, and stop talking and walk away. Nothing else needs to be said. If that's how you feel. Now, there are some consequences sometimes to saying no. Of course, we all know people can write you off. Sometimes you need to be written off because they've been using you like a pincushion. And today you're like, you know what? I need you to respect my boundaries. And you're never going to do that if I don't hold you accountable. Okay. Some people have to be forced to respect you because we're not begging them. Stop begging people to do these things for you. If they ain't already did it, 9 out of 10, they won't. They not unless you change how they interact with you. You control the narrative, not them, unless you allow them to. And some of them don't like you like yourself. So that means you got to be able to say, you know what, I value me today. And I'm going to tell you no because I have the confidence to say it and I mean it. And don't change. I love that about my husband. He'll tell the children no. And I'm like, man, maybe he'll change his mind. He don't. He don't. And he doesn't even feel sorry, y'all. Some of us, we say no, but we feel sorry. I want to let you know, stop it. Some people don't need you to feel sorry for them. They need you to hold them accountable and make them see their decisions because they don't see it unless if you keep sparing them, protecting them. Some people need to go to jail. Some people need to hit rock bottom. Some people need to get evicted. I know you might say, Krystal, that's so sad. I know it was sad when I had to witness it too. But guess what? I had to let them do it. Why? Because now they understand Krystal's money is not their money. Your money is not their money. Your time is not automatically their time. There are stuff you want to do. What about your business? How you going to build your business when all your free time is sucked up by other people's needs? You can't feed yourself. So this is why you need to embrace your own crown because you need to realize you have value too. Their dreams are not the only ones that matter. Yes, you have adult children, and these adult children are pinning you left and right, making you do stuff, asking, begging, crying. Oh, you the grandma, you the granddaddy. Why you being mommy and daddy? Because they don't want to grow up? No, they need to grow up. And if they don't grow up, they need to see the consequences of them not growing up. Because why? You're not going to be here forever. And if you keep saving them, you're missing your own blessing at the same time. You mean to tell me the Father couldn't reach in and save all of us from making dumb decisions before we made them? He could have, but did he? No. He let us hit rock bottom. He let us do stupid stuff. He let us lose our money. He let us honestly fail, because some of us need to fail to learn how to win. Failure is not supposed to stop you and make you feel like you're just a failure. No, I failed, so I learned. So I know this ain't the way. Okay. I did this before, so Lord, let me try this differently. Okay. And if you start seeing that, now you are thinking like a business owner, because why? Business owners are solution driven, guys. So if you want to write a book, what's the problem you're addressing? What's the situation you're writing to fit or to work through? What's your genre? Who's your audience? Are you talking to mamas that are struggling? Are you going to talk to fathers that feel displaced? Are you going to come against legal issues in your writing? So you spread awareness. What do you want people to do? This is what a CTA is. A call to action. People want to know, man, how can I help you? What do I need to do? Some of you never give nobody a way to help you. You never tell somebody what to do to support your company. Guess what? They don't. Because you don't ever tell anybody, hey, click the pen and buy this. Why? Because people need to hear it. They need to hear it. People know they need you, but they need the push from you to say, you know what, this is why you need this, because you have to be the one to educate, to inform, and to provide it. Okay. Some people don't even know they have problems until they hear you. Some of you on the live didn't know today you had something you wanted to work through, but now you do. And my question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to just say, oh, I'm going to work on myself? How has that been working? Or are you going to choose to invest and grab the book? Are you going to choose to, do something different today and see how it can honestly make an impact on your life? Are you going to choose to overcome one of the biggest things, the biggest reasons people suffer, struggle is your unbelief? This is book 2. Okay. Embrace your crown. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all the subtitle because it's good. The subtitle of this is your biggest threat to progress is unbelief. It's not money. It's not time. It's not relationships. It's not your education. It's not any of those things. It's unbelief. You might say, Krystal, how? Because when you don't believe in yourself, you won't go to college to get the degree, to get the job you say you want. Because you don't believe what you're going to make it through college, so you never go. You never even look. You never enroll. Okay. You want to wonder why. Why do I procrastinate? Unbelief. I don't believe if I did it, it will work anyway. So because I don't believe it's going to work, I won't do it. Some of you ask the question, why is this person so lazy? Why are they so unmotivated? They don't believe in anything. They are dealing with a belief problem. It's a belief problem. Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to do whatever I want because this is what I want to do. This is what people say, some of them got neck pops. But the truth is, they don't believe what they are doing is going to impact them in any serious way. And even if it did, they don't believe what their future looks like, it will make a difference. Because if it did, if you knew that what you wanted 50 years from now matters today, you will what? Act different today because you believe in a future. But when you don't believe in a future, you don't care about tomorrow because tomorrow ain't today. And this is why people don't build. This is why people won't invest. This is why people don't have life insurance because they don't believe in tomorrow. They're dealing with an unbelief issue. They're dealing with a value issue. Okay. So I want to let you know, if you want to build your business, you're going to have to build your belief, because if you don't have that belief, you will struggle. Okay. You will struggle. I know somebody made a comment. I want to make sure I don't miss it. 1 second. I'm going to bring it up over here. He says he has a manuscript that deals with essentially being in a royal priesthood or an academy. He's a teacher of sorts. Ambrose, thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, so that's what I want to let you guys definitely know, that okay, unbelief is a real thing. You got to believe. I know we look at children's movies and we're like, oh, that's so cute. You got to believe, you got to believe. But why? Because it's a fundamental fact. More children can believe for things than adults. Why? Because as adults, we start seeing our setbacks. As adults, we start seeing challenges and experiences that make us feel like, oh Lord, it's over. This ain't gonna work out. We just ain't gonna work. And we will shut everything down physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually when we hit rock walls, bottoms, or we feel we do. Okay. And this is what the enemy is hoping you do. Okay. The people that are gonna, let me be clear. Your biggest threat to your company or your ideas is not things outside of you. It's you. It is you. Because guess what? You're the one that has to get up. You're the one that has to show up. You're the one that has to know the company. You're the one that sets the vision. You're the one that sets the culture and the atmosphere. Okay. So if you are out of kilter, everything that you're building is what? On sinking sand, because you're sinking. So if you stabilize your ground, if you stabilize your belief in your mission are one and the same. I believe that this company is going to do this. This is my goal. This is my mission. But when you don't know what your mission is, how are you going to build a company? Okay. Your vision statement. This is my mantra. You got to have those things. You got to know what is those things. It can't be something you make up every day and every day is different. Why? There's no stability in that. How many of you want an unstable relationship, an unstable parent? Good morning. How you doing, love? How many of you want to be unstable? Raise your hand if you want that. Nobody. We want stability. We want consistency. We want longevity. We want people that are going to last. We want to build something that our children can enjoy. That means you got to believe to get there. You got to start acting on belief now. This is why I tell you, if you believe in your future, invest in it. Buy the books. I'm telling you, especially these, click the pin, buy the books, because it's going to show you some things. But in this one, I'm going to deal with 5 gates. The last book was 7. This one's 5. Here are the 5 gates I want to share with you. You ready? First one, you don't need magic. I know some of us are like, Lord, I need you to ibbity bobbity boo and change my life for me, because Lord, I need you to. I mean, this is how we feel. But let me let you know, he not. He could. He really could. Lord, I be praying that myself. I'm like, Lord, you could just go ahead and just go on. I mean, I'm appreciative of all you done, but just go ahead. People say, just give me the lottery. Just go ahead and make me 500 millionaire, just real quick. Because we don't want to endure anything. We don't want long suffering. Oh, no, Lord, don't want to do that. I want you just to tap me magic. Let me tell you, you don't need magic. You need power. Okay. I'm gonna let you know you need power. You're right. You need something. Because to get from where we are to where we're trying to go, we would already be there if we could do it, right? So that means there is something you need to tap into to give you power, okay, to get to where you're going. And that's what that chapter goes through. So if you need power in your life, or if you feel like you need magic, you need power. And I'm going to show you how to get it in this installment, okay? So this is book 2 in this collection. This is why I'm put them all together, because I'm telling you the meat is so rich. Yeah, this is a 3-course dinner you won't regret. Okay, you're gonna be able to eat on this all your life, share with other people. It's worth it. How many of y'all went to an elegant 3-course dinner, or like one of those Brazilian places where you get all this meat and all this stuff and all that? It costs you over $100 to eat at the really good ones. This is less than that. Okay. And you're going to eat mentally, spiritually, your business can grow, all of that things. I need you to believe in what you say you want. If you believe in what you say you want, I want you to definitely click on this pin, and I want you to grab this series. Okay. I'm going through all 3 of them, so you know what to expect. All right. I'm going to also show you more about the author. Okay. So let me finish this. Hold on. Let me show y'all some things. Okay. So make room for miracles. Let me let you know, miracles don't happen because you wish for them. Notice, make room for miracles, not make room for wishes. Wishes cost nothing. I wish upon a star. I wish upon a star. Why? Because it don't take no effort. Anybody can throw out a wish, a hopeful thought. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't cost you nothing. But let me tell you something about miracles. Miracles you make room for through your obedience. Okay. So if you are struggling with consistency, with obedience, with hearing and doing, if those things are disjointed, this is the chapter for you. Why? Because this is the root of your unbelief. For some of us, we don't know where it's at. I'm going to help you find it in this book. Okay. I'm going to help you source where you may need to increase your faith. Okay. People ask for it. Why they ask for it if they already was full of faith? They were already working with the Father. They already had God. So why are they asking him to increase? Because there's higher levels that they had to get to, and it required more of them. Okay. Some things in your life is going to require more of you, and you have to be willing to what? Invest it. Okay. Invest it. Because notice, not every time you do something instantly, you're going to get it. Okay. Some things you get instantly, but you got to work to maintain. Okay. The Father can take something from you. Deliverance is real. But he can also show you how to maintain your deliverance, because guess what? People going to come back in your circle. Things are going to come back around. The same problems that made you try it in the first place can come back around, and it does. So I want to encourage you how to look at these things. Okay. Let me see. What else is there? Next one, know the promise. I want you to know the promise you tell yourself, right? Because your words matter. Okay. I want you to know the promises of God, because there are some out there for us that you need to know, because these are going to build your confidence. This is going to build your value in your own word, your own words. Okay. So if you don't have no confidence in, hey, Afton, it's so good to see you, love. Welcome to the live. I see you. And thank you, 90 Mental 10 Tracking. I see you also looking at the books as well. There's only 5 of these in the shop, guys. So if you love and know this is for you, add it to your cart, even if you check out on another day. But I'm telling you, if you are on this live, add it to your cart, check out today. There's only 5 of them. I am doing a mail run today, so I'll put it in the mail. Okay. So go ahead. They are going to come signed and all that good stuff. So you're going to love them. I know it. So go ahead, invest this. This is your investment. Do this for you. Okay. Another thing, know the promise. I said that one. Dare to dream. Okay. I know for some of us, we've dreamed before. I done did that. It don't work. Some of us have said, Lord, you need to pass this on from me, because I don't want to do this no more. Let me let you know, the reason why some of us are struggling to honestly dream again is because we are still heartbroken. which is in book one, it's the purple one, from what happened before. Lord, I'm not going up for another promotion. I won't apply to another job. I got denied by 10, 20, 30. I know nobody wants to hire me. I just gonna have to deal with this. No, you have one of my clients, Charlene Harry. We published her second book, which came out before her first book. And y'all let that marinate. Um, I was like, wait, what? I mean, literally, we finished her book, and 3 years later, the book she paid for before us came out after. It was weird. But anyway, so essentially, yes. So in her story, she wrote about how she applied to over 100 companies as a female engineer. So she's not ignorant. She was studied. She was learned. She was proved. She knew what she was doing. So some of you might say, well, it's because I'm not good enough. No, it's because some of these doors are harder to kick down, to break through. And guess what? It ultimately happened. She ended up getting hired at an incredible firm, but it took her to what? Be selective, because they were selective. Okay. So some of you are on a hard job search, and I want to let you know there can be a rainbow at the end of this thing, but don't give up. Dare to dream. See what you want to believe for and go get it. She invested into real estate property. She makes great money. She is a author. She's a speaker. She travels to universities. She encourages other people to go into engineering and beyond that. Okay. She shows people how to leverage their talents to make it in business, life, and etc. So I love helping people get their purpose to the forefront because I believe in them too. Okay. The next thing, kick negativity. You got to kick negative people, negative thoughts, things that will honestly keep you stagnant. Okay. Let those things go. If they're real, let's say that they're not just negative, they're honest, they were truthful. That used to be you. You got to park it where it belongs. That used to be me. I used to do that. I used to be that person. Lord, look how you need to look at how far you've come, because this is what reassures your dominance, reassures your confidence. Okay. So make sure you look at that. And it's in this book. Look, guys, I'm telling you, there's so much more. I'm just giving you pieces because I want you to see the value in this collection. If you don't hear it, I'm telling you, you're missing it. All right. Next thing, take courage and work. Okay. I will let you know. People will say, oh, I am very courageous. I am not. I'm never scared. But where's your work effort? Where's your work ethic? Do you show up? Are you consistent? Do you come when nobody buys? Are you on there at the right times all the time? Or do you just show up whenever you feel like it because today feels like the right day? Are you selectively working? Because when you work for yourself, you work harder before you can have the lifestyle everybody loves to promote. You have to work hard to build a business because it doesn't exist. How many of you know to build a house that people live in, you live in, I live in, or apartment or wherever, it took people to go to work. And for some of them, they went to work for months. Some people went to work for years or what day, etc. So I want to let you know, not everything was built in a day. Y'all got that saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, but if y'all know, it says the Roman Empire went as far as the sunset would set and all that good stuff. It was big, but it wasn't overnight. Okay. So don't beat yourself up if it's taking you time to get to the next level in your company, your business, your ideas. Let it do what it needs to do and trust the process. Okay. Now, this is the third book in the series. Okay. This one right here is Embrace Your Crown. Of course, if y'all don't know this is the name of the series. This is why I put them all together. It's because they all make sense together. You can definitely, choose to get 1 out of 3, but I recommend getting them all together, which is why I bundled them. And that's how I offer them here. So they're all together. Okay. So open 3 gates to sharpen your focus. For some of you, the reason why you're struggling, failing, etc., is because you need to sharpen your focus. It's not that your focus may not even be there. It might be blurry. You might have forgot about it because it's taken too long. You might have forgot about it because you felt like you should be somewhere else than where you are right now. So you get frustrated in the waiting. You get frustrated in the results. Okay. And you feel like you got to do something crazy. And then sometimes that crazy pays off, but a lot of times it does not. It can create more problems. Instead, when people cut corners and don't do things right because they want cheaper, best, stuff like that, it doesn't always work that way, as we all know. So I want to encourage you, don't feed into that. Okay. The first thing I want to let you know in this book, there are 3 gates, but there are more chapters than that. Okay. All 3 of these books are 164 pages each. That means you're going to get 500 pages of content with this bundle. Okay. So this isn't a little baby kick book where, it's like 20 pages in it. No, 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 no. We ain't got time for that. This is 492 pages in this bundle. All right. And all three of them, I'm going to show y'all the thickness of this book. So if I was to show you the book, it would look like that. It's a big book. Okay. Most importantly, I coach from this same series. Why? Because it works. Okay. Every first Sunday, this series is reinforced with live videos. So you know how to use it, because I believe whatever has value, has value, you stand on it with customer support. That's what this is. Okay. The details are in the book. Now, here is the chapters I want you to take a note of. Seek first. You got to know what you're seeking first. The Bible says, seek first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and he'll add everything unto you. Wonderful promise, wonderful concept. Okay. If we are curious on what to seek, that's how you can do it. Or what is your vision? Where is your vision board? Where did you write down? Write the vision, make it plain. Did you do that? Because if you didn't, then you're just running, and you could be running amiss. You could be missing a lot. You could be missing everything because you're not you're not focused. Okay. Where's your beginning? If you want to know where you're going, you need to be real about where you're at. Some people are not real about where they're at. You say, I'm perfect, I'm the best. But the world says, the standard says, you haven't done the first step. You haven't done this. You need to know, where is the scale? Where is the foundation? Where I need to be? And how do I get there? So then I know what I need to do. Don't get intimidated because you're starting at ground zero. When I wrote my first book, I had 0 books behind me. Morning. I had 0 books behind me. Okay. So if you're like, oh, I have never done this before, that's all right. That's knowing where you're at. Okay. You're being honest. If you don't know where you're at, you need to know where you need to go. So this is why you may have to invest. You may have to be willing to learn, to stay up, to Google, to search, because you don't know what you don't know. Okay. I want to be married, but I ain't got no successful marriages in my family. That's the beginning. Okay. But the question is, do you want to build a relationship that can last? Because if you do, you're going to have to probably get around people that you can focus on, right? That are successful, because you need to focus on something that looks like where you want to go, not where you've been or where you don't want to return to, because this is how you go backwards. When you're spending too much time focusing on things that's behind you, you go back there thinking something's missing, and it's not. It's back there because it's over. Okay. So stop digging up stuff that you don't need to dig back up. Learn from it. Okay. Be honest with whatever you need to be honest with. Some of you, therapy is next. Counselors are good. I will never tell you not to seek out therapy and help if you need it, when you need it. Okay. Because if you find yourself living in the past, go address that, because you can't live back there. The truth is, you can't live in the past. You only can live right now, but you are in a time warp and you're unfocused on where you're really at. And so you got to realign. Another thing, what do you believe? Okay. The second book is all about unbelief. This one is asking, what do you believe? Do you believe you're going to make it? Did you stop believing? Did you lose focus on what you believed in? Did you give up? Because some of us give up, and we're like, well, I don't believe that no more. Okay. That's an honest thing to say, because now this is your new beginning. When you no longer are on the same track as you were before, you realize you started something new. Whether it's good or bad, you are no longer on the track you're on. You abandoned it and you went somewhere else. So now your focus is off from what you started doing. So the question is it a good thing, or is it a thing you need to change? You want to change. Okay. This is the first gate. So these are the 3 gates. Now we finally get to the gates. All right. Adjust your focus. Okay. If you started believing, but then because of all the train wrecks you experienced, you no longer believe anymore, you need to readjust that and get back in alignment. Okay. When you're in the ocean and you're just floating, enjoying yourself, or maybe getting panicked because currents are throwing you underwater and you going underwater and you don't know if you up or down. And when you finally stand up, you realize you don't see your stuff. Instant panic comes over us when we don't realize our atmosphere, does it not? Okay. So if you are in panic, all right, if you're like, Lord, I don't feel right, something's wrong, that's panic. It's because you don't know where you are. You need to get regrounded. You need to adjust your focus and say, okay, Lord, what do I need to do? Or, okay, self, where am I? How do I feel? Why do I feel this way? What happened? You need to do an inventory. Okay. There is a lot more in this chapter to help you deal with this, but I want to introduce you to what's in this series. Okay. The next thing you want to do, you want to remember what you did before, or all the good and all the not so good and all of that, because you want to learn from it. You don't want to remember it to stay in it. No, 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 darling. You want to remember it so you don't repeat it, or if it was good, because not everything you did before was bad, right? Some things you did before was great. It made you money. It made you happy. It made you all these things. So if that's the case, you got to know to do more of it. But if you remember what you used to do because you got so far away from it, then you got to get realigned. Okay. So people say, man, you remember you used to do this, man, you used to make the best cakes. Well, I stopped cooking. Why? Because it just and for some of us, we got brokenhearted. We thought it was going to be a business. We got thought this was happening, thought that, but maybe it wasn't organized. Maybe you didn't have a setup. Maybe you didn't want to talk to nobody. Maybe you struggled with sales. You're gonna have to hire people to do the stuff you don't want to do. You're gonna have to create partnerships to do the stuff you don't want to do. You can't expect people to do things for you for free, especially in a company. One, it's illegal, but it's true. It's true, y'all. Nobody can make you work for free. It's illegal. So if that's the case, what do you need to do to link up with people who you need to invest in, who you want to invest in you? Because when you hire someone, they're investing in your company like you're investing in them, because they could be elsewhere. You could be elsewhere. Okay. So understand the value of that. The next thing, you want to put it all on the table. This is the third gate. Put it all on the table. I know for some of us, we are limiting ourselves because we don't believe, or we're struggling, or our focus is kind of thrown off. We try to think big and it just really was going in reverse. So now we just want to do a little bit of something. Lord, I know I really want this, but Lord, I know it might be a lot to ask for. So I'm going to just ask you for something I know. Why? The Bible says impossible things are possible for those that believe. So why are you living as if you don't believe? Because you're unbelief. That's why. That's why we shrink down. Okay. But I want to let you know, you got to boss up on this. Okay. You gotta reach higher. You got to reach for what you're looking for. And for some of us, we're not reaching high enough. Okay. We're not stretching ourselves. We don't want to be uncomfortable. We don't want to ruffle any feathers. So we don't step into levels or into areas that will what make other people feel some kind of way. So we end up not walking at all. I want to let you know, walk today. Okay. I want you to walk and embrace your crown. I want you to embrace who you were born to be. I want you to know you're not a mistake. I want to let you know, if you are heartbroken and in any area of your life, in business, in career, in marriage, in life, relationships, parenting, and being a child and having parents, these are things that you want to address because they create habits, patterns, lifestyles, atmospheres that can be counterproductive to what you want to get out of life and what you want to do. So if you are seeing a disconnect, okay, I want you to go to book one, which is the purple one. All three of these come in the series. This is nearly 500 pages of content I'm giving you because I know it's helpful. All right. So I went through all three books. If you missed it, I want you to click on this pen. All right. And I want you to look at the descriptions. It's going to give you a summary of each of these books as well. And it will help you. And also, the back covers are in the description. So you'll be able to see what's in the books. Okay. So read that as well if it will help you, bless you. All right. And in this one, definitely, you're going to start there. If you are dealing with, I just don't believe I can do it anymore. I just don't feel like it. If you're dealing with laziness, procrastination, confusion, disappointment, depression, stuff like that, you want to deal with your unbelief. Okay. You want to look at what you value, because maybe you don't believe in the value of anything, or the certain things you don't find value in anymore. So I want to encourage you. Okay. You do this one. You don't have to read these books in order. Okay. But I do want you to have access to all of them because all of them are beneficial. Okay. And if a time comes, you'll already have the book and you'll be ready to go. Okay. If you find that you are working but not seeing the results, if you are getting weary and well doing, if you're like, you know what, Lord, I ain't doing nothing. Today is I ain't doing nothing. I'm just going to sit here on my bed. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to draw curtains. I'm just going to do nothing. I want to encourage you, get focused. Get refocused. Sometimes we got to take a break. Sometimes we got to recalibrate our minds, our hearts, our emotions. So we are not run into the ground. After you've done that, what next? Okay. While you're doing that, What are you going to be doing to replenish what has been depleting? Okay. You want to get focused. Sometimes we are frustrated because we make baby goals. And when we achieve our baby goals, we feel like there's nothing left because you need to put it all on the table. You need to go back to what you said you really wanted to do and not what you settled for doing because it was easier and more accessible. And so you decreased your concept so that you can just get through today. I want to let you know that there can be more. And if the Father has more for you, why would you tell him no? Okay. I want you to stretch. I want you to believe. And I want you to get focused on what he has for you and what he promised you. You need to seek first. Okay. That's the first chapter in this one. Seek first because it's important. Okay. So those are my 3 books that I include in this bundle for those of you who've been wanting to start businesses and haven't, who are dealing with procrastination, who are dealing with disappointment, delay, and stuff like that. You want to grab this bundle, okay? I want you to invest in you. I want you to grab this one for sure, for sure. All right? Everybody's good. Now, if you say, Krystal, I'm good, I'm ready to write my book or to start my business, stay in the live because that's where we're going next. All right? So here we go. One thing I want to do, and I want to let you know, is as a business consultant, writer, publisher, and ghostwriter, I help a lot of people to tell their stories and make them accessible all around the world. Okay. So if this is something that you've been wanting to do, I am able to help you to do that. So the first thing I want to ultimately let you know is that you have a story. I know for some of us, we might struggle with, okay, is the story good enough? Is it valuable? Can I, will I, should I? All of these questions. I want to let you know that if you are struggling with these questions, I want to let you know you're never alone. You're not the only one. Okay. I know you might feel, and we're born singularly. Okay. But we live in community. We're born into a family. Okay. We live in a neighborhood. We are born in a city limit or a county. And then we are essentially in a country. Okay. And then we are in the earth or in the world. So if you're curious, there are billions, trillions of people, some would argue, you know, of people. You mean to tell me there is not an audience for you? There is not people that the Father is sending you to. And this is why you have most of the people that are asking these questions already have the unction. Okay. What is an unction? It's a feeling that's pulling you to do something. Okay. If you have a unction, then that means there is a function for your gifts, for your talents, for what you are hearing, seeing, wanting to do. Okay. The only question is are you going to follow through? Okay. What a lot of us struggle with is actually staying the course to tell our stories like we should. A lot of us are stopping, starting, stopping, quitting, falling backwards, stuff like that. I want to let you know that is not the way that you want to build. Okay. And so what my job as a consultant, as a business coach and a author's coach, I want to help you to ultimately process your ideas. You might say, Krystal, that's what you do? Yes, I help people to organize their businesses because when you are organized, you can see it, you can believe it, you can sell it, you can work it, you can repeat it. When you don't know what it is, and every time you do something, you are swinging for the fences and you don't know what you've built, you don't know what you've done. If it works, how do you recreate it? Okay, so this is why it's so important to have a SOP, a standard operational procedure, because this allows it to be scalable, meaning for it to go beyond you, for it to go beyond, your immediate thoughts or your immediate plans, and it allows you to extend into something that goes beyond that. Okay. And so if that is you, if you know, Lord, I've been told to write this story. I know you want me to write my book. I know you want me to help people through writing and publishing, then I want you to click this pin because on this pin, I am going to help you. I am going to give you, okay, a consultation. And in this consultation, we're going to discuss all of your questions about publishing. Okay. For some of you, this is all you'll need my help to do. Okay. So for the pins that you see, this is the cost. So if you're like, well, Krystal, how much does it cost for me to, get my book published? First, it's going to cost you to know what it means to be published. It's going to cost you to not know how to print your books yourself. It's going to cost you if you don't know where to upload or what files to upload or how quick does this take, or if I don't know how to write or I haven't written anything, can I still publish my book? Can you help me? What if I use AI? Are there problems with that? Yes, there is problems with using AI. And I want to show you them before you go and spend all this money with a company that won't tell you. Okay. So this consultation is not about you becoming my client. If you want to, we can discuss that. But this is about you understanding this huge leap of faith, this huge investment in yourself that you are making. And I can tell you, this is the best value for you to know how to navigate writing and telling your stories. Okay. One, you want to know how to protect it. You want to know how to promote it. You want to know what does it mean for it to be finished. You want to know what does a professional experience look like. So if I'm gonna do it myself, then I know if I'm meeting the bar or not. Okay. Because all of these things are part of the process. And for some of you, this is your first step. Okay. I want to give you some details about what you're getting. Okay. Because I think that's important for all of us to know, right? What am I really getting? So, one, you are going to get help. You are going to speak to me, and I am going to show you where you're at and help you see where you want to go, because it's all about you. All right. I'm also going to make sure when we have this conversation, you're not worried about the notes. How many of you know when you learn something new, sometimes the worst thing you can do is try to hear somebody and write stuff down? I don't know what it is. It's like, okay, if I'm really listening, then I'm not writing. But if I'm really writing, then I'm really not listening. And I'm going to have to reread what I wrote. But what I reread what I wrote, it's not quite everything you said, because people talk fast, or we don't write as fast as we talk, even if someone slows down. So we are going to miss things. There are going to be questions you have that you won't know to ask. And honestly, with the time we have, we may not have enough time to go over. So that's why I want you to get this book. Okay. In this book, it's a hardback book. Okay. It is in color, which I think is one of the best things. Nobody wants to read a book where it's not in color. Not when you're telling me this. Okay. Another thing I want you to know is this book is actually written by me. Okay. Which means I know how effective this is. I use this book all the time in my company. I use this. This is my SOP. So if you're like, Krystal, how do you do what you do? Show me how to do what you do, because that's the wise thing. I would ask the question. When I saw Myrna Gale publishing books, I asked her to publish my book. She told me no. She said, Krystal, go learn it. And I did. And it took time. I made mistakes. I started this company in 2015. Okay. And yes, that was when I published my first book, was in 2015. So over 10 years ago. All right. So the business has changed. Things have developed. Things have gotten less expensive, less expensive. Now you can do a lot more. And I can show you how this small investment of under, $200 really, and then, it's under 100. It can show you how to go from where you are to where you want to be. Okay. So if this is something that you are serious about and you want to go everywhere you want to go. If you are a repeat author, meaning you got more than one book in you, Lord, I know you told me I have more than one book. Okay. This is the best option. I want to say the cheapest, but I want to say it's the best, because it's more than being cheap. It's about being the best. Okay. When people work with me, they're like, man, I never did this before. I've seen people who have paid nearly $4,000 for an experience that cost them half, and it was better. Graphics better, time better. I didn't cheat them on the last 8 pages of their book being blank so that they can feel the page count, because the publisher didn't tell them that they needed to write a little bit more content or give them suggestions on what to write so that they can make their book complete enough to be listed on certain stores. See, this is the stuff people don't tell you, because in any other store or with other bookstores, you cannot have a book with 18 pages in the back that are blank. Some Some printers won't even print the book because there's too many blank pages, and it's art, is fake. It's puffing the book up to make it longer than it really is, and it's unfair to the reader. It's unfair to the industry. It's unethical. Okay, so I want to show you how to do things right. So when you're putting your books out, they're not getting rejected. Mhm. And when you put your books out, they're going to reach your intended audience because you got to write with the end in mind. So let me tell you what's in this book, okay? Because that's important as well. I'm going to give you the table of contents real quick. And for some of you that are wanting to run a business, launch a business, I want to show you something as well. I'm going to show you how I can show you how to do that too. Okay. So here is the table of contents, right? These are the table of contents inside the book that you're seeing pinned. All right. And then for those who want to just grab the book, I'm going to show you, just a book. So if you don't want to, uh, do all of that, I'm gonna just give you the book. So hold on 1 second. Let me change that around. Okay, so there you go. So if you just want to get the book, it's under $100, guys. It includes a lot, shipping and stuff like that. It's under 100. All right. So that's the best thing about this book. Now here's what's in it, because you might say, okay, Krystal, if I get the book, what's it going to help me to do? Module 1. Okay. So if you are writing your book or if you're publishing your book, either way, this book is going to help you get from where you are to where you need to be. Okay. So here we go. Module 1. What's your why? And what's your purpose anyway? We're going to show you how to process that, what you want to learn, what you want to do, and make it make sense. Because you don't want to invest all this money or all this time into a book where you don't know what to do with it. Okay. So let's start there. Module 2, we're going to make a plan. Okay. So before you start writing, I outline my books from the beginning to end. I know exactly where I'm going. Okay. So if you don't know where your book is going or how it's flowing, you're just kind of writing and then you're just going to put it together on the back end. I want to let you know that might not always be the best way, because you can find that you write content that doesn't fit. And if it doesn't fit, you don't get rid of it though. You save it because you will use it in another book. Okay. Because you want to make sure your why is there. If you don't have an outline, you won't know if you're writing to the point of the book. And honestly, the purpose can change. And if the purpose changes, then you ask the question, did you write the right book or a different one? Because all of these questions are necessary. All right. After you have a book outline, then we go to module 3. Module 3 is where ultimately we start writing. And then, of course, I give you tips on how to write more and basically how to start writing. What does that process looks like? It's in here. And then in module 4, I'm gonna show you how to edit. Okay, so we cooked up this wonderful story. Now we need to put the cherry on top. We need to know what we need to do, pull out, and make it make sense. After that, we're gonna get to designing the cover, formatting the book. Those are important elements to a book. In module 6, chapter 8, we're going to look at what happens next and how to publish, right? In module 7, I'm going to show you how to just rock and roll, get the book where it needs to be and put a cherry on top, finish all of this. And in modules 8, which is the final one, I'm going to ultimately show you resources and gifts that I put in the book that you can use if you need them. That's chapter 10 and 11. And then in chapter 12, it's just about the author. So this is ultimately the book. As you can see, the book is not short. It's 164 pages of color. These pages are thick because they're made to absorb color. You can write on them. You can do all kinds of really cool things. And again, this is where I would start if you want to definitely take everything seriously and allow me to help you. Okay. Now, for some of you, you might say, well, Krystal, I really do want to do this, but the price. Okay. If the price has been the issue and why you have not already added this book to your cart, you can put up a heart, put in, something like that. Just let me know, because I do want to show you something that you can do that will still allow you to be able to take advantage of how to ultimately know how to write your book. It is not, of course, as detailed. Okay. But it is going to give you the outline of what's in this book, which is going to also be included free when you buy the book. Okay. So when you buy the book, you're going to get this bundle for free because these are the gifts. Okay. But if you want to just get this to start, to figure it out, to start thinking through, okay, do I want to invest the rest? Do I really need the book? This is a good way to figure that out too. Okay. I do start a lot of conversations definitely with this, and I would love to talk to you if this is where you need to start. Okay. Some of the things you are going to get inside of this bundle, you're going to get a journal from me because it helps writing, right? You got to have something to write down with. I'm going to give you a pen. I'm going to give you a highlighter. I'm also going to give you Post-it notes. It's the little small Post-it notes. They're in here, it's tucked down. But yes, you're going to get those. And then I'm going to give you this packet. This packet is the most valuable thing in here. Okay. I love this packet because it's going to show you even how to use the book, okay? Which is why I give it to you in the order with the book. So you basically get this for free, all right? These are the other books that are in the series. They are going to be coming out over time. But because some people, they're writing their life story. Others are writing creative novels and things and building characters. That is an added feature because it's not necessarily you got to have a character in every book. If you're doing children's books, then you have graphics you want to make. I can show you how to do that. And some people have questions on formatting, all those types of things. I'm going to be putting in additional books that will be on the shop. But for this one's dealing specifically with writing your story and getting published, because this is what you want to know. You want to know, what does that process look like? This is definitely the most affordable way. It's under $25 with this option. So I definitely recommend it. So here, I'm going to walk you through what it looks like, okay, to write and what you're going to have to know, realize, and etc. Okay. After that, I'm going to show you how to do your book outline. If you've never done a book outline, I'm going to give you an outline of making a book outline. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to determine your why now questions, brainstorm, organize, and fill in the blanks. Okay. So this is how you're going to get your outline so you can start writing. So yes, you can use this packet and get to work. Now, you won't have as much of a detailed experience for those who get the books, but you can be able to use this to get through what you need to do. Okay. The next thing I want to give you is this is the roadmap. So this is your writing roadmap. So if you're like, okay, what are the steps to writing my book? Because I don't know. I give you the bullets so you can understand the steps. Real quick, here are the steps: outline, writing, editing, formatting, cover design, publish, proof, which is your first printed book, distribute, promote, and write again. So for some of you, you're a repeat author. This is going to be your what? SOP. This is your standard operational procedure, and this will help you to know what you need to do for each book, to check them off, to make sure you're not missing anything. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the publishing roadmap, or basically the publishing guide. That's what it's called. This is the publishing guide. Okay. Now, this has nothing to do with writing. This is assuming you've already written the book. So if you already wrote your book and you're ready to just format and publish it and keep it moving, this is where you start. Okay. The publishing guide. So the first thing you're going to do is format your book. The next thing, you got to assign your ISBNs. The cover, you're going to design and make sure it's the right template for the format. You're going to add the title to your distribution portal. You're going to update your metadata, okay, which is the details of the book. You're going to upload that content. You're going to review it, meaning if you need to print it. And when you print it, you want to make sure if there's any mistakes that you fix those. And then ultimately, you're going to clone it if you're going to be making multiple files from the same book, like other translations, stuff like that. We translate books into other languages, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you have a book and you want it translated, you can also reach out to me as well. You can learn more about that type of stuff in our profile. Okay, so here is what I also do. Let's say you go through this packet, you go through the book, and you got questions. I'm going to ask, how's it going? Okay, I am an author's coach, so I can coach you on how to write, how to edit, how to format, how to publish. So if you want to do it yourself, this is perfect. If you want a service company, we do the services for you, and it's turnkey. You don't have to really do anything. We interview you if it's format, publish. There isn't much you have to do. If it's editing, we edit before we format. If you need ghostwriting, we interview you, write the book, edit, format, publish. Okay, very simple. Our services are completed in 90 days or less. Okay, so if you want to get your book out before the summer or etc., we can do it. Okay, so you do want to start though with one of these options. For our clients, they do and will get the book. Okay, so if you want to get a jump start on working with me, just go and grab the book, because when you grab the book, I can ultimately discount your initial consultation because you already have it. Okay. So get it here and you're going to get discount pricing here when you get the book. Okay. So this is why I recommend start here first, grab the books, add them to your cart, check out. And when you do that, it will give you access to be able to work with me for sure. Okay. And if you need coaching, it's mentioned in there. And then back here, it just lists services. If you do need them, they are listed in the packet for your convenience. But again, you do not have to work with us. That's not what this is about. This is about informing you of how this industry and business works. So if you work with someone else, you'll know what they should charge you, what they should do for you, what they shouldn't charge you, and if you're paying it, how to get around it. Okay. Because there are certain companies where when you hire them, they will charge you $2 to $3 on top of your print costs just to print your books. They're not helping you sell it. They're not marketing your book. They're just printing it for you. That is expensive. I had a client who sells probably 1,000 books a year. He was paying $7 to print his book. Do you know how much his book really costs to print? $3. $3. So some of you are overpaying your publishers or self-publishers because they are charging you a service fee to submit your book to a printer. And I can show you how you can do it yourself, okay, in these consultations. So I definitely want you to grab the books, if you can, and that will allow me to be able to teach you, okay? And it does come in a cool backpack. I'm actually sending out one of these today. One of my clients, I have her consultation later today around 1:30, I think, Central Time. And so, yeah, so it'll come in a backpack like this. All right. As you can see, inside of her packet, she has the yellow folder, which she gets. And then she also gets the book as well. And then I'm going to mail them out. They get mailed in a teal mailer like this. Okay. So you're not going to miss it. When they come in the mail, they're going to come in a teal envelope like this. Okay. When you get the book, and you will get the yellow folder, the one you see now, for free. All right. So I want you to take advantage of that. All right, so I'm going to pin the book one more time in case you did not get access to it. And again, when you get the book, you get the outline bundle for free, which is a $20 value, as you all can see. But the best value is you'll be able to speak with me and be able to ultimately know what to do. And you can go and write and publish your stories. If you need help, I am here to help. And I can show you how I can ultimately finish the aspects you may not want to do or want to learn, right? And I can get them done in 90 days or less. Simple things, 30 days or less, really. Most things are 30 days. If your book is done, 30 days or less, okay? So if that works for you, go ahead, start here, and allow me to help you to write and tell your story and share it with the world, okay? We do reach global audiences, and I can help you to do that. All right, last thing I want to share before we end the live, which I think is very, very important. The last thing I want to share with you is the business side. Okay. So if you have been starting or wanting to start your business, or maybe you publish or just want to go into e-commerce, launch a website, or do a side hustle, something like that, I want to let you know that there are rules or things you want to accomplish, a foundation that you need to have in business. And my goal is to help you to achieve that. Okay. So just like the Write Anything Easily book that comes with writing and publishing. So when I speak to you, you're not taking a whole lot of notes and not able to hear. I have a business guide that I've written based on my experience, for sure, but also a lot of the people I've helped experiences to help you right where you are. I know a lot of you might say, well, oh my goodness, Krystal, is this book going to be complicated? No, I make it very simple, because if it's complicated, it won't help you. Okay. This is why a lot of us go to these conferences and things like that, and we get really excited. And then we say it's so simple, but then we end up doing none of it, or it's overwhelming, although it's fun. And we end up leaving these conferences with nothing. Okay. If you've been doing that, I want to let you know, let's change that. All right. I want you to invest this time. And this time, I want you to come out with not just talking about it, but we're going to come out with things done, because I believe in getting it done. So a lot of my clients, I do offer business services with KLE, and we can help you ultimately build out your business, build websites, launch social media pages, and just fill in these gaps that come with any business. But also, we can show you what you need to do with this guide. That's the good part. So this would be what you would invest, and after you invested, you could just honestly look it up and do it. That's it. Okay. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. In the free consultation, I'm going to give you when you buy this book. Okay. I am going to show you how to use it because I want you to know you launching your business is something you should not leave to chance. You should not say, well, Lord, if it happens, it happens. If it's supposed to, meaning if you have an unction in your heart where the Father is telling you, launch your business, go forth, do it now, do this. Okay. The reason why some of us stall or procrastinate is because we don't know what we don't know. Okay. My job is to teach you what you don't know. As a business consultant and business coach, I will help you show you how to do this. Okay. And I will answer your questions because I know a lot of you have a lot of questions. So this book is in color because I believe in color for good stuff. This book is a hardback book. Okay. So it's not tearing up. You can use it repeatedly. You can also allow other people to use it. But I warn you with that because people won't return it. One of my clients or customers that bought this book, she was a client too because I did the consultation and everything. She said one of my friends wanted to borrow your book and I told him to buy his own. So he ended up calling me and bought his own book. Okay. So I tell you, the value is in this book. This book also sold in Germany, which was really exciting. So I want to let you know, you don't have to honestly be intimidated by launching your business if you want to learn to do it right. My goal is to show you how to do that. Okay. So if I can show you, I can definitely take you through the steps and make launching your business a lot easier, a lot simpler. Again, I show you how to understand CRMs to websites to client avatars, sales structures, sales cycles, all that kind of stuff. So if you have questions and things of that nature, definitely feel free to let me know. And it's always nice to see how many books I finished since these books came out even. So yeah, so that's one of the things I do. Another thing I want to share with you real quick, if the $100 investment, it's under $100 with shipping because it's free shipping also too. But one of the things I want to show you with this is you also are going to get this bundle as well. Just like the other one, you're going to get a highlighter, a pen, a notebook, the outline bundle. You're going to have the post-it notes that are tucked on the inside like that. So they come in here too. They hide, y'all. They hide. But anyway, the best part about this, I'm going to also share this. So this comes when you buy the book. All right. So I am going to show you if you just want to get this to start. It's under $25, guys, because it's not about the money. It's about your intention. Okay. So if you do want to move forward with this and you want to put it in budget, make it make sense, I understand that. Okay. But I want you to definitely pick the one that makes the most sense, but do something. If you've been saying, I want to do my business, I want to do my business, get the bundle or get the book. Okay. If you get the bundle, I will at least definitely send you out, a message just so you know, hey, I'm here if you need me. But I definitely want to make sure you can do this. I've done it. Like I said, 2015. I've had multiple businesses. I've seen them grow. I've seen them go past 20 grand. I've seen them go past 100 grand. And it's crazy. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. And you can do it. It is work. It is time. Like it took time. And so I don't want you to quit when you're too early. I don't want you to stop because it's challenging or you don't know what to do. I want to help you get through it. Okay. So here is the launch your business outline. Okay. This is what you're going to learn in that book. You're going to learn the mission, the vision, the brand, how to do brand development, what a client avatar is, sales structure and sales cycle, how to do promotionals, how to build websites, funnels, stuff like that. It's in here. Okay. Another thing I want to give you is the business roadmap. Okay. That's here. This is the business roadmap. Okay. So here are some of the things here's the business roadmap. All right. I'm going to give you the bullets, but of course there is content to the right or your left. But over here are the shorts. So that's what I'm going to tell you. All right. So I'm going to show you how to start with your idea, how to build your mission, process, testing to the market, client avatar, the pitch, testing patience, and how to build CTAs, which is a call to action. If you are struggling with sales, okay, this is going to help ground you. And I'm also going to be coming out with a couple of other books that are going to deal specifically with sales, marketing, and CRMs, because those three things are the reason why a lot of companies are struggling, or they just don't have enough support. So they fail, or, again, they struggle. Whether you're a for profit, nonprofit, or e commerce business, this is going to be ideal. If you have a book, you are a retail, it's retail. So if you're in retail, I can show you how to do that too. You would consider a product-based business. Okay. So this is the business guide. All right. This is very, very helpful to you. So in the business guide, we're going to definitely show you how to build a product, how to understand sales, how to know if you're in the right room. Okay. How to make an offer. Let them say no. How can you deal with no's because they're coming? Okay. Sales cycle, sales structure, and customer service. I give you additional details on what that looks like in the business. Okay. Because there's parts when you're building it, and then there's ones when you open. All right. Next thing I want to show you is what a CRM does and why it's beneficial. I build CRMs for people and manage them. Okay. So if you're like, well, Krystal, I had one before, it really didn't work out, probably because you're the one that was doing it and it's overwhelming. Okay. But if you want me to build your CRM, manage it for you, I can do all of that to where all you have to do is go work. I want to take that pressure off you. And I want to show you that if you can just focus on what you do best, I can focus on supporting your business from the back. Okay. Lifting you higher. All right. That's what I love to do. All right. Ultimately, in the packet, I'm going to ask you, how's it going? If you have any questions, if you want me to coach you on something, if you want me to show you how to do it so you can do it yourself, most economical way. Honestly, I help a lot of people. If you buy the book, it's $100, guys. And if you call me or reach out to me any other way, it's 156, which is why I tell people, go ahead, buy the books, get the bundles, do what you need to do to be able to know you have what you have. Okay. So if you do value a conversation with me, I would say buy the book. Okay. And you're going to get this bundle for free. All right. Another thing I want to show you too is services offered. So if you do need services, it's in here. If you have questions or you need help. So here are the type of services I help people to do. Okay. With new business services, I help you to create your message, define your mission, cultivate your vision statement, develop your client avatar, plan your website, create your brand, design your logo, and create digital business cards and QR codes. If you need help to do that, those are business services that I offer for new businesses, and I can help you do it. You can connect with me in my profile. If you have questions or need help with sales services, if you don't want to call nobody and you ain't going to do it, then I can help you to do it. Okay. That's my goal. I want to show you. I want to help you. All right. If you need a SWOT business analysis, if you don't know what a SWOT is, it's in the book. And I explain it for like a chapter because it is very, very important to understand your SWOT. So, what is SWOT? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You need to know what your SWOT analysis is so you will know how to launch your business right. Okay. So that's what I do for people is I go over all of that. I show you competitors, similar businesses, so you can mirror your company from what's working and also put in your own niche, put in your own sauce because you are you. Okay. And then we're going to also help you with solutions on how to get things done. I'm also going to get you an exit strategy or additional marketing research and comparisons and things like that, because I believe you need to have that. So let's say the business you started didn't work or you need to expand. Okay. When I first started my company, Krystal Lee Enterprises was the company I created. Okay. But I was authoring books, I was publishing books, I was presenting, I was speaking, and I was ghostwriting, editing, and publishing all in the same house. Okay. What do you think I realized real quick? Okay. When I started selling more books, I realized this was starting to morph into something more. Okay. And then when publishing kicked up, now I'm realizing these are two companies now. Okay. So that's what made me start Kaylee Services Inc. So Kaylee Services Inc. is the one that deals with all the services. Okay. But Krystal Lee Enterprises deals with all of my books, all of my speaking, all of this. So I can show you how to diversify your company when the time comes. It is expensive, meaning you will be paying it's two different businesses. So they have two sets of expenses, stuff like that. But I can show you how to consolidate a lot of those costs in the beginning until it's ready to branch out. Okay. And as even Kaylee Services Inc. builds, I know that I'm going to break it out into more companies even over time. So I have the vision already because I'm believing, I'm working towards it. And so, if you want to work to something that you know is bigger than where you're at, I want you to grab this book. I'm going to pin the book one more time because this will get you a call with me. I can see where you are, I can help you get organized. We can get a game plan on how to get you where you need to be, make sure your business is launched right. Okay. Accounting, all of that stuff, taxes, opening bank accounts, getting EIN numbers, IRA, all that stuff I cover in this book. Okay. This book, I'm telling you, is your go to. And it works. All right. So if you understand the value, want that value, want to work with me, talk to me, or just know what to do and you can do it yourself, invest this is under $100. Okay. And I can't stress enough the importance, the value in it. And if you agree, I want you to click the pin that you see. I want you to add this book to your cart and check out. Okay. When you check out, the book will come to you signed. And I will also make sure I reach out to do that consultation so I can show you how to use the book. I believe in customer service. I believe in making sure if I'm giving you something like this, you know how to use it. All right. So yes, so go ahead, take advantage of this. And once you do that, I will definitely be in touch with you soon. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can definitely drop a comment on any of my videos, and I will know that you need me. So that will be definitely one of the ways to reach me. Or you can definitely reach out to me using my profile by just clicking on here. If you haven't followed me yet, I want you to follow me because that's how you'll stay in touch and learn more about what all I do and how I would love to help you. Okay. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to tell y'all thank you for being on this live with me today. I trust that it has blessed you like it has blessed me. And if there are additional questions or things of that nature you have for me, definitely let me know. These are the 3 or the 4 products I talked about today during the live. I just post them there for convenience, okay? Because I think it matters. It matters to know who you are, where you're going, building up your foundation. I'm going to let you know too, real quick. When you get the Embrace Your Crown series, I did not mention this and it kind of fell on the floor. But it's going to come in a big mailer like this. So you won't miss the Embrace Your Crown series when you order it. And it does come with a purple folder. It comes with detail. Let me see if I can do this, y'all, because y'all know when you go off screen, they were like, what did you know? So let me show you real quick. Okay, so this is the bundle if you are getting the Embrace Your Crown series I talked about first, which is going to help you to just honestly step into this thing, step into your business. Let me pin that one more time. So this is the one that I did not mention. This comes with it. Okay, so when you do get it, you're going to get that same highlighter, pen, the post-it notes that drop on the inside, the journal. Okay, you're also going to get this packet. So let me take you through this packet real quick, and then I'm going to end the live. Okay. I know there's a lot going on today, but if you have been, thank you so much. But if you have been just struggling, I mean, personally, or you've been like doubtful or uncertain, this is what I cannot stress enough. This is why I talked about it the most, because you are the business. And if you are not where you need to be mentally, spiritually, physically, stuff like that, it impacts everybody. Okay. So I want you to embrace your crown. These are the 3 books that are in the series. Okay. And I want to let you know you want to embrace your crown so you can embrace your growth, knowledge, persevere, and excel. So if these are things you value or things you want to be your mantra, things that stand on business for you, I want you to grab this. I want you to know that kings, I believe, have a keen understanding. They operate with integrity. They are natural and generous. Queens, how y'all doing? You are qualified, unique, ethical, encouraging, and you are natural. You're naturally yourself. So that makes it easier for me to help you run your business, write your stories because you're real. Okay. So if that's you, I definitely want you to invest this. Okay. This is where I would love for you to start if you're not ready for the other items. If you haven't started your business, haven't wrote your book yet, I want you to go there first. Okay. All right, so this is going to show you how to start your transformative journey because it is a journey. Okay, so if you want to start your transformation is now. I want to encourage you. This is going to welcome you to that Embrace Your Crown series of books. Okay, I wrote this book for royals. If you want to know who are the royals, they are kingdom builders. These are people who own companies, who manage people, and ultimately want to see organizations and stuff like that grow. Royals are managers, moms, dads, people that run households. So you are very influential. Without you, the whole ship will go down. Okay. So that's you. Knights. Knights are people that are prayer intercessors. These are people that will look for resources for everybody else. These are people that are givers. Okay. If that's you, you're a knight. And then there are specially invited guests. These are people that honestly need a change of circumstance. Okay. They are not coming to the table because of all of these or these three categories. They're coming because they need something. Okay. They need something to change. Their life is spiraling. They don't know why. If that's you, I want to encourage you. I want to tell you, welcome to my table. Okay. Welcome to Embrace Your Crowns table. All right. So I want to let you know we do check-ins. Okay. Every first Sunday at 4 p.m. Central, I do a check-in on author Kay Lee's TikTok, which is my TikTok. Okay. I do the check-in. So yes, I support this series, which means I teach from it. Okay. So, and I teach from it for free. Okay. People are like, man, can you coach me? I coach for free. All I need you to do is buy the books. Okay. So I want you to use the QR code, or sorry, not QR code, but the pin that's on the screen, and I want you to add the book to your cart. I want you to check out because when you add the book or using the pin, it's going to allow you to buy all three books at once. All right. So you're not going to be wondering, oh, can I use this? What works? How it works? It's all going to work. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to support the books when I do the free check-ins. I do them right here live. Okay. I'm not going anywhere. Author Kay Lee, you can find me. Okay. And then if you have questions, ask me the questions during the live and I will help you go through the thoughts because you're not the only one, I bet, with that question. Okay. So I coach for free, but I need you to have the resources to make it make sense. Okay. So grab the book, use the pins. All right. And when you add this to your cart and check out, I sign the books for you. I'm going to give you this bundle that goes with it and the highlighter notebook. All of that comes in it. It's my gift to you. Okay. So let me bless you. All right. Yeah, so it's going to show you how the program works. It's going to show you the activities. If you need additional mentoring, I do have a mentorship program you can join. You don't have to, okay? That is paid and it's additional, but you don't have to do that. This is just about basically supporting what you've already invested in, okay? And then I do the coaching sessions free. All right. So in book one, I told you about the gates. Here it is broken down, made real simple. So if you're wondering, okay, what book should I read first? Start with the packet, okay? Because this packet is going to show you which book you want to read first. All right. If it's Embrace Your Crown and Overcome Heartbreak, Open Seven Gates, this is the first book. These are the gates. So if any of these topics or things you're going through, I want you to start with this book. Okay. If you say, well, I don't know, that one don't really sound like a lot of what I'm going through right now, then maybe you're here. You're dealing with the 5 gates of unbelief. I want you to start here. This is a summary. This is what you're going to learn and grow through. Okay. This is personal development. If you're like, man, I really need a life coach. Man, I really need personal development. I am a certified transformational coach. Okay. So these books are transformational coaching. All right. And I teach you live how to use this. So if you've been looking for a coach, hi, I'm Dr. Krystal Lee. I would love to be your coach. Okay. But in order for me to coach you, you have to have the resources to understand what I'm telling you so we can build on where you're going. Okay. And some things are personal. So I'm not going to, I'm saying, put out personal things. There are personal things of me in these books. All right. Because I want to show you my growth. I want to show you how the books work. I want to show you how the principles work. So I am the example. Okay. So if you're curious about that, it's in there. All right. And then if you are unfocused or you're not sure things were working, but they're slowing down, this is the book. Definitely the summaries on the bottom. It's in the packet. I want you to know I'm giving you this free. Okay. So this is your freebie. If I was to sell this independently, it would be $20. I don't, I'm just including it. Okay. So if that is it. And then of course, if you want more information on the workshops and services, stuff like that, it's on the back of the book or it's in the packet. All right. But You don't have to do that. You can come to the coachings. They are free and they are going to stream live on first Sundays, 4 p.m. Central. Okay. I was debating on this series. I was like, Lord, should I make this a ministry and just kind of like separate from this? Because, sometimes you feel like what you're doing, you want to make sure it's so good. You don't want people to miss it. And I don't want you to miss it. And so that's why I'm doing this video. That's why I still am going to continue doing them every first Sunday. I was going to quit, y'all. I've been doing this for 3 years. Okay. I've been doing it for 3 years. So when you say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, honey, I get it. Because there are things that I've started and I let them finish. And when they finish, I move to something else, I move on. And I thought that the Father wanted me to move on from Embrace Your Crown. I was like, Lord, people don't need this. People don't care to do this. So why am I gonna, do a first Sunday event when I could be doing something else on a Sunday? Let me tell you, I'll be writing more books or something. But the Father said, no, Krystal, I want you to finish this. I want you to keep doing this. It's not over. So if it's not over, that means it's you I'm staying in this for. And I'm gonna tell you another good thing. He gave me another book this past Sunday when I was in church. I heard another book. Someone asked me, Krystal, are you going to do another book? Or please tell me you're going to do another book. And I was like, no, 3, I'm done. And I really thought I was, but no. There's one more book that I'm going to add to this series, and it will likely be done this year, knowing me, but we'll see. But I want to show you, and I want your feedback. I want you to get this and I want you to dialogue with me. I want you to come on the lives. I want you to send me comments, reviews, whatever you need to do, because I want to know how the book is impacting you and what else I need to also add to the series or add to help more people. Okay. Because this is all about your personal development, your growth, your encouragement and empowerment. Okay. And so if this is something you want, you need, and others need, send me a message. Say, Krystal, hey, I'm interested in this, or I have questions or whatever. Here's some of the things I would love to read about. Can you, talk about this? And let me know. And if I see it and I hear it and I keep hearing it on repeat, the Father drop it in my spirit, I'm going to add it in a book. Okay. And I'm going to add it to my shop, and I'm going to let you guys know when it drops, because I want you to know getting these resources is also how you can relate and connect with your customers, your clients, your family, all of that. Okay. So if you've been missing the mark in some of these areas, I want to let you know you can reel that in and get it refocused, get it reorganized. Okay. So if y'all have any questions for me, let me know. You can reach out to me. I'm accessible. Like I said, come on my lives, follow me if you haven't. Thank y'all. We did over 2,500 hearts in this live, which is my initial goal. Once we get past 2,500, I advance it to 5,000. But my initial goal of 2,500 hearts on the live has been met and exceeded by 600. So thank y'all so very much for being here. Our goal is to impact people definitely for the better, to show you your dreams can come true. I live my dream every day. I work my 2 companies, okay? And I'm also, on a board for a nonprofit. So I really have 3. All right. And then I help people build theirs, and they want me to be on their board. So I'm involved with a lot of companies. I'm involved with a lot of authors. I help a lot of people write and tell their stories. And if I can help you, I would love to. If you are nervous about writing or investing in yourself, I want to let you know the best thing I could honestly share in this live today is not the books, about publishing your book. It's not starting your business, but it's about building you. This is why I'm talking about this the most. So I encourage you definitely to grab this series. I just want to make sure somebody just posted a comment. Anonymous, hi, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. And so, so I definitely want to encourage you on that. All of you who have liked and followed during the live, thank you so very much. For those of you who have shared comments, thank you so very much. And for those of you who are checking out and ordering the books and getting the materials and resources so I can help you, thank you so very much. Okay. Thank you so much. I see you as well. So so I want to let you know I'm here. And when the right time comes, I look forward to connecting with you more. And until my next live, guys, bye-bye for now. And I will see you soon. Talk sooner.